real quick. I love y'all. Bye. Um, and we're gonna just jump straight on in into the business. Okay, so I got the sound. Okay, let me let Brother Brian back in. Hold on. He might have came in with his other device. Okay, so I'm gonna share. So, okay, family. So today, obviously, and you can see this is 6 hours, and Barine is growing. He just did a 10 hour, he did a 3 hour, he did a 4 hour, he did a 6 hours. I guess he's trying to catch up to us, y'all. I don't know what's going on, but I do understand. And that's what I was saying before. These dialogues, and when you're going through these this type of information, family, it's just not no 1-2 step. It takes time to go through this stuff. And so I guess he's seeing that now, that you can't just get the crux of the matter within what, an hour hangout, or sometimes 30 minutes or 50 minutes. Because a lot of people got positions and they want to state their position. They want to fully get what they want to get out. And then sometimes things clash, it gets heated or whatever. And that takes up time and all that other stuff. So it is what it is. Um, yeah. And I listen, it is what it is. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna review this. And oh, he live again. Okay, well, he live again. I guess after that last one, that hurt. It hurt. It really did. So I guess you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do something unusual. I'm gonna work this backwards. I'm gonna work this backwards so you guys can see what we're talking about. Because Kevin G is the one that did what he did. So right up in this part towards the end, well, it's just throughout the show, but right up here towards the end of this part, they get to talking about DNA, Pastor Sean and Brother Brian. And I know y'all was watching it too. And there was a back and forth or whatever. And Brother Kevin G was trying to show them like, hey, the information is saying that regarding the limba, they don't fit this. And y'all remember when Sister E did back in 2019, said, "Oh yeah, I'm limba and the limba is they Jews and it goes through the father and all this other stuff." And then of course, and that's when the Jed match situation came in. And Sister Salam pointed out like there's some problems. They're misusing it, using that website called Jed Match. And then after that, they it went into Garfield, and Garfield and his guests on his show did a thorough presentation, which I did recap with you all. And it showed that, hey, they were misusing Jed Match. It's nothing against Jed Match itself. It's not their fault what these guys were doing. And then it was like, no, 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 we didn't do that, and blah, blah, blah. So, okay. So then, as time progressed on, and we end up getting into the subject of the pews, and so the Jet Match conversation was hanging in the air. Um, and so our beloved Sister Salam, was supposed to do a presentation, but then she got caught up with some family issues or whatever, so she wasn't able to do it. And like I told Barine today, I didn't know that she was supposed to do a presentation at that particular time until Bahrain mentioned it. And I said, oh, okay, fine. And then, of course, I talked with her, but of course, she was having some family issues. And, stuff comes up. But I don't know what the situation is now. But according to what I last heard Faithful say on live on Bahrain's channel, he was like, we don't even need Sister Salam. So we got this on this part. So I don't know what Faithful has or whatever, but so far with the sources and all of that other stuff, they're doing pretty darn well. And then we come into this conversation with Bahrain, and Sister E, and I think Yehukanan, Orthodox Moore, and Dante was there too. It just went to the left, and so they end up in this part talking thoroughly about the DNA. And so, and I probably should go back just a little bit more so you guys can get the context because it began to get a little heated. Now, on this part, because I'm not a DNA expert, of course, I remained quiet because I'm sitting up here, I'm learning, hearing both sides of the ticket. And it was quite convincing. It was quite telling. Um, and then Kevin G just came, and all I know is that he sent a nuclear bomb, boom, and blew up the platform. So folk is feeling some kind of way. They kind of hurt or whatever. And so I guess Bareen right now is live and he's trying to recover. He's trying to recover. So I know some people from my chat and his chat, y'all probably gonna be swinging back and forth, and that's fine. It don't bother me a one bit, but it is what it is. And so let me go ahead and show you this. And I think this is where Kevin G begins to read this because he shared this before, I think, on the platform. So let me go ahead and stop bumping my gums so you guys can hear the matter. All right, here we go.
On jetmatch.com. This guy actually wrote all the genetic material in the database that actually belongs to that. And he's the one that coded this. In fact, I sent him an email and he emailed me back. I told him, hey, I'm finding Middle Eastern DNA in my result. What does that mean? He says, don't he said that's just noise. That's not real result. That's just some noise. That's what he said. And I was like, okay. Now I never came up to part it up because the whole DNA discussion was off the table, and at that time people were discussing uh, the cues, right? So when I emailed him privately, just for my own sake, and I could share that email anytime. In fact, my wife just went shopping, so I'm able to go inside the house now and use the computer because I'm just too loud when I speak and everything.
Somebody, wait! Somebody said, "Yo, is that the Whisperer guy?" I said,
yeah, man. Because that was 2 a.m, man. I couldn't wake up my family. That's why I was whispering, man. I got silly, but yeah. So I did email the guy, and he told me I asked him an extensive question about everything, and he just emailed back, "Oh, that's just some noise," and I'm like, "Dang, that's it." Like I wrote you an extensive email, dude. I mean, the email. I'm sure the email was like 1.5 pages if you were to formatted a word or something. But but anyway, uh, if you pay attention to the paper here on the screen, I'm gonna go ahead and read this to you.
you're breaking up. Somebody says that peer review.
You breaking up.
If you can hear me,
To answer that question, yes, it is peer review. In fact, it is written by the either the creator or the owner of JetMatch, who is a geneticist who deals with genetics. So yeah, this is what he wrote. By the way, this part, that part, he wrote this. So yeah, it's definitely peer review. Here we go.
somebody. You said you're gonna go in the house, maybe walking in.
No,
Maybe.
I'm right here.
Okay.
I haven't gone in yet.
No, but you were just talking all that time because we didn't. We
Yeah.
lost you for about 6 seconds.
No, we didn't hear you, bro.
Oh, okay, no problem, no problem. All right, so it says new paper on Y chromosome haplogroup T. Okay, it says there are some haplogroups. That's real tiny. Now can you hear me now? Because I'm
Yeah,
on the
we hear
phone.
you, brother. We hear
Okay,
you.
cool. All right, because I have it on my own phone. Okay, there are some haplogroups like R1b that garner lots of attention and public interest. Then there are others like haplogroup T that most people don't even know about. This haplogroup's fame was largely due to the fact that Thomas Jefferson belonged to
Mm-hmm.
it. But since at that time T was called K2, most people have probably forgotten about that too. Second paragraph. A new paper studies this mysterious haplogroup and uncovers some structure in it. Moreover, interestingly, it joins T with the somewhat less mysterious haplogroup L that is quite common from the Caucasus through Iran to South Asia. The eternal structure of the Y chromosome phalange
So hold up, stop for one
phalange.
second, and I'm not trying to your bill, but
Phylogeny. Sorry, but what's
yeah,
that,
yeah.
bro? Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say stop, but do you understand why this haplogroup is from K and all this other stuff? Do you understand why they're mentioning these other haplotypes?
Right, I do.
No.
But the problem here is that this is not the hammer in the
No, no,
paper that
I
I'm
know,
referring to.
I understand that. Listen,
Right?
I'm trying to get you to understand because you got to understand the phylogenetic tree.
Yeah, I do understand it, bro. We
So
talked about
okay,
it. We
so
talked about it. We talked
mhm.
about it extensively for years. I don't understand why you asked me this question now.
Yeah, but
We've been
I'm just saying we got to break this stuff
we've been
down
talking
for the
about this since
audience too, though, brother.
2017. Why are
Because
you asking me this now?
okay, because you also got to break the stuff
Oh,
down for the
y'all, you
Right,
audience.
saying
right.
y'all two have had a discussion on this
Right,
already?
right. So yeah, we talked about this for years.
Oh, I
You
didn't
can
know.
now
Okay,
knows
all right. No,
my
no, go
knowledge.
ahead.
Yeah. What he's trying to say here, and that's a good part to do, is that he want the audience to understand what this means here.
Okay, go
Um,
ahead. You could
Now,
brief it.
what this means is just means that formal genetic research, as what they are known, because haplogroups change based on new research on the phylogenetic tree. So, for instance, if you look at I2B1, I2B1 is now known as M223,
Okay.
because according to his old studies of phylogenetic, it was one thing, but now they're identifying these differently because of new information that arises. So now, in the time past, it was called K2. But in
Hmm.
the advent of new research and researching those Asian and Caucasus populations, it now has become T. So now they're talking about the significance of T here. So now in the second paragraph, this is what it continues to say. A
Hold
new
on, there
paper
you go.
study.
Wait, hold on, because listen, you have mutations within mutations. Hold up, Kevin G. You have mutations within mutations. So basically, haplogroup T come from it come from a subclade of K, which came from GHIJ. So these are different
Okay,
mutations. These are mutations within mutations. So that's why they
I
keep.
know that. I know.
I'm talking to the audience, bro. That's what I'm trying to do.
No, no, you said Kevin, didn't you?
I mean, but I'm just saying, we just letting the audience know, bro. I'm trying to, because
Okay,
it doesn't
bro.
make no
I
sense
didn't
to
know
start
you were
talking
talking.
DNA.
So notice something that Yahukanan wants to continue to interrupt Kevin G while he's bringing out the information proving his particular position. Kevin G is explaining this all the way. He doesn't need Yahukanan's assistance. So that was just another tactic to try to throw Kevin G off his square. But Kevin G wasn't going. And again, he switched it up. Oh, I'm trying to break it down for the audience. No, he was really trying to shoot that towards Kevin G and to throw him off from what he was doing. But watch this. Keep watching. Here we go.
And you're going over people's head and you're not breaking stuff down to them,
No,
bro.
I'm not going on people's head, bro. You just said
Okay, go
Kevin,
ahead, go
so
ahead,
you
go
was
ahead.
addressing me.
Yeah,
You
but
didn't
I'm
say
just saying I'm talking to the chat as well.
okay.
My
So
fault.
next
Talk to him
time,
and let him
right?
finish,
Hold on, hold
man.
on, hold on.
Go ahead,
So
Kevin.
next time you do that, you hooking on, which is cool. Just say Kevin, hold on. I want to let the audience know something, and that way I know that you're talking to them.
All
Is that
right.
cool?
Yeah,
All right,
yeah,
cool.
that's cool. My
All
bad.
right.
Go ahead.
So let's go continue to read this. This second paragraph says this: a new paper studies this mysterious haplogroup and uncovers some structure within it. I'm in it. Sorry about that. Moreover, interestingly, it joins T with the somewhat less mysterious haplogroup L that is quite common from the Caucasus through Iran to South Asia. The internal structure of the Y chromosome of phylogeny is getting resolved. The limba evidence is also interesting. Now, here's where it gets into where they're speaking about the limba. This population was theorized. Now, I want everybody to key in on this and the purpose of this article. The article here is not talking about uh, the subject of this article is not necessarily the limba. The subject of this article is talking about YT, but then it's going into the limba because it's talking about the evidence within that about what they're finding out based on how T was K2 and how it's not K2, but it's under K2 based on mutations. So now they're getting into the gist of limba and how that evidence has now changed based on this new understanding. So by Yehukanan's own admission is saying that this is correct as far as explaining the mutations, we must now accept this evidence about the limba now. So watch this. The limba evidence is also interesting. This population was theorized. Okay, so this is the original thought to have Jewish origin on the basis of its processing of six marker Cohen model haplotype within haplogroup J. So notice it's talking about J. When it was later recognized that it was insufficient as a Jewish marker because A, it could be found on very different lineages, J1 and J2, not even J, and non-J, sorry about that. And B, it could be found at how frequencies in non-Jewish Near Eastern populations. So in other words, what they're saying here is that the frequency in the DNA that they're finding within the limbo with this new study is found that this is found within neighboring populations who are non-Jewish Near Eastern populations. The case, this is quoting from the paper, the case for the Jewish origin of the limba largely crumbled. I'm gonna repeat that again. The case for the Jewish origin of the limba largely crumbled. Why? Because now with new evidence and looking at the marker types that's in the J among those people, they're finding that they're not related to any Jewish populations. They're related to non-Jewish populations in the area. Now, if I were to get a refutation from you, Hukan, which he's welcome to do, then he would have to explain why did he support the change from T under K2, but now not accepting this evidence? Because now he's crossed. He already admitted that this was a fact, but now when we face this same mirror to the limba, it doesn't pan out that the limba are actually Jews. It goes on to say, this is probably another blow to that theory, as T1b does link the limba to the Near East, but not particularly to Jews. Alternatively, modern Jews are a very restricted subset of ancient Jews, a possibility that probably needs to be entertained, although it would be difficult to test. So,
okay, so
go ahead.
Hold on. So let me see what he. Let me go.
No, you could. May I speak?
Yeah, you got the floor now.
So listen, those T1B. This is my thing. Those T1B limbas have no paternal connection to the Jewish thing. Now, the limbas have different haplotypes. So we still have to look at J1 because they do have that, and they do have E1B1A. You see what I'm saying? So you cannot sit up here.
They also have E1B1B.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're trying to make, when you made that, with the statement you made yesterday, it's like you're trying to make all limba be T1B. And now you're saying,
real quick, let's be clear, because you said E1B1A. Everyone knows that, but a lot of people don't know they also have E1B1B. They have 3 E haplogroups. They have EM40, EM35, and EM2.
That's all fine.
That's all fine. Hold on, real quick. I am saying this one for the crowd, just so people are clear. My fault. But so just so people understand, like, so they have E1B1B, E1B1A, and EM40. So that's just to be clear.
Okay, so y'all hear the basic of the argument. Now I'm going to pull it in to where things really start going up, right? And I'm sure Brother Brian and Pastor Sean might want to speak on this. So I'm going to pull it in. I had to make it bigger in order to get be able to move it, navigate it in this part here. So let me go right up in here. Okay. So I'm going to play a little bit of the middle part, and then I'm going to go to the blasting part. Here we go.
So J1 is broad. It's not being specific. Which specific J1 marker is not a Jewish haplogroup that's amongst the limba? Which specific one? Because I just named specific ones.
Let me go into the paper and actually pull that up there.
Kevin, are you showing on the screen? Because I think everybody who has a point needs to show their point on the screen.
No problem. Hold on. It's just that, like, I'm going through the paper and
I don't see it. No,
I'm sharing the paper he's talking about right now, Brent.
Oh, that okay.
I'll make it bigger. Again, what he just read is this here, where they broadly talk about J1 and J2. Again, this is from the blog, right? They broadly talk about J1 and J2. There is no specific marker.
Right. So what there's right, and if you look at the testing among the limba, they don't have any of the Cohen model haplotype within them.
Okay, so are you saying JM172 is not part of the Cohen model haplogroup?
No, not within the limba. But in other Jewish
hold
groups,
on. You're saying that Jemba can have the limba can have and Remba can have JM172, but because they have it's not a Cohen model haplogroup?
Let's go to it. Hold on a second. I'm pulling it up right now because I'm not going to just speak off out of term and then you guys rile up with this whole thing. I'm going to pull it up.
How many different JM172s are there?
Hold on, bro. Let me pull it up. I'm pulling it up right now.
Are there different JM172s? How about that?
No, there's not.
So then how can it be different?
Hold on, bro. This is what I'm getting at. The groups, hold on. I'm going to pull it up first because I'm not falling for this whole thing about answering the questions verbatim. I'm gonna go ahead and actually read.
Y'all, I'm sending flowers to the whole UA today. My fault. I just bodied your whole crew.
Bro, you didn't body nobody. Let me pull it up, man. And
We're
we
trying
put
to
this
have
to bed. We'll put this to bed. Hold on, we'll put this to bed. Hold on a second. Hold on a second.
I'm with you.
Now, Brother Brian, Pastor Sean, you just heard what he said. He just bodied the whole UA. He just bodied the whole crew, right? I just want y'all to keep that in mind, right?
I heard him. I heard him.
Mm-hmm.
I heard him, right? So I ain't tweaking, right?
But I mean, my question is what did he body? I mean, he's I mean, they're reading the paper.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the thing about it is I'm still trying to figure out what all this is talking about.
Well,
I'm not good on DNA. I'm still learning.
Right. I know I'm not an expert at all. I know that's like Kevin G and G Con and Salam and all of them. That's they feel they're interested in that stuff. And like I told Brain, I'm interested in doctrine, right? That's our our zone. But the conversation was quite interesting. But the narrative that Hebrew Israelites are putting out there is just simply wrong. But let's get back to it, because I know some folks who didn't hear this, they're eager to hear what happened. So here we go.
We're not looking to fight nobody representing like he here representing urban apologists, and we're just looking to get information. Can we get to the name of the Lord G? Can we get to the information?
But my thing is,
battling.
Kevin G just said that particular, was it J17 is not. It is a Jewish marker, but it's not a Jewish marker.
I did not. I did not.
So Kevin, are you saying that even though the Limba may have that marker in that tribe, that's not they don't have the Jewish marker? That's all I'm trying to figure out. I'm done. Is that what you're saying, Kevin?
I'll put it on.
Repeat your question because I'm busy.
So are you saying that even though they may have that J marker in the Limba tribe, that does not mean that they have the Jewish marker? Is that what you're saying?
No, what I'm saying is that based on the basis of them saying they have Jewish lineage, and all of the J groups found within the Limba, those ones do not include the Cohen model haplotype.
What is that haplotype? That J marker, you saying?
That's what I'm pulling up right now. What I'm pulling up is all of the markers within the Limba.
My Berean teach email. Go ahead. I don't see. Let me see. No, this ain't it. The last email I got was from Yvette. I don't see it. I see Tim. Oh, did I cut him off? Is who talking?
Nobody's talking right now.
Okay.
Yeah, just give me a moment because I'm going through my history and I have a lot.
No, I'm bringing Orthodox more back in.
Bring them back in, please.
Okay, you can on out too. He wants to get back.
I'll be good. I know it's
no. You cannot. Y'all all say that. Y'all all promise you ain't gonna unmute
yourself. No, I'll be good. I'll be good.
Y'all making Sister Cherry look good now.
No. I'm gonna be good. But today we're gonna end your career, Kevin G.
You got a career.
You are. All right. We're gonna see about that.
Now I've got to take a mental note. At 6 hours and 41 minutes and 12 seconds, maybe 11, Yehukanan says that he gonna end Kevin G's career. Now, did y'all hear that? Y'all heard the same thing I heard, right? Okay. I want you to take a mental note on that, family. Okay. This is what Yehukanan said, and you heard what Orthodox Moore said. Okay. All right. Let's continue.
Hold on.
You can stop.
So Sister E, you see how your people come on with an agenda.
And wait a minute now. It ain't just my folks. Both sides got agendas. Let's just be. And I'm not saying my folks are. My folks are really trying. Orthodox more and Yukanan are really trying to figure out what Kevin G is saying. I think that's where we're getting a gap there. So there's a communication gap here.
I told you, Kevin G, when you coming on the other day, you got a lot of people upset. The comment section, my emails. I'm like, Lord,
Brother, may I speak for 30 seconds? Can I speak for 30 seconds?
What do you want to
We
say?
study. Listen, we study genetics, right? I'm not saying I'm an expert or whatever.
Y'all had these arguments
But
before,
no,
apparently.
yeah, we do. But listen, I was
I didn't
new
know
to
that.
the thing. I have people who mentor me who actually are geneticists and stuff like that. So when Kevin came on here yesterday, you know what I'm saying, he said some inconsistency things. And so we got people who deal with the DNA. Kevin G been running from Jashob and James Casal.
Nah,
And
bro, we've been
so
talking
has
all
Faithful
day.
to
So,
God.
so, so,
May I
wait a
finish?
minute.
May I finish, please? I'm almost done. So Kevin G and Faithful to God's been running from these guys and whatnot that wants to deal with it. See, Kevin G, what he likes to do is he likes to come over here with people who don't know the information and try to act like he's doing something when he's not. But go ahead, I yield.
Yes, BereanTeacher@gmail.com. Remember, the Berean Teacher is one word. I see you got a space between it. That could be what it is because I don't see it. Kevin, he left. I put him in.
No, I'm right here. I'm right here. I'm right here. I'm right here.
Okay. Somebody said, please let Kevin speak. Now, Kevin been speaking. We're not trying to cheat. We're trying to let
No problem.
everybody.
No problem. No problem. No problem. Hold on. It's no problem at all. Give me a second. Give me 1 second.
They're done in 15 minutes.
Yeah, hold on. Hold on. I'm piecing everything together. That's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing, bro.
That means he gonna talk for half an hour. He piecing. That's a lot of piecing he bringing together.
Okay, now could he bring up his paper that he had up?
Orthodox Moore, you're correct?
Can you bring up his paper?
Okay, that's right.
Wait,
no, wait,
All right, now
Orthodox Moore,
here's
where
the
I
reading
thought we
comprehension.
bring up Kevin's paper.
Ain't no problem. Hey, you know what? I'll bring it up. In fact, I'll bring up. Okay, perfect. Thank you, bro. So what I just read and what I wanted to piece together was because I want to make sure it's consistent. I don't want to come out and lapse on anything. Now, when the paper I read earlier, notice clearly the paper was talking about how there's nothing found within the limba that shows that they're Jewish. What he read here was analysis of the study of JM172, and it's trying to find its frequencies or what was found within the limba. And it says it found at 13.2%. But here's the thing. Why did the maker of GEDmatch say that this evidence for them being Jews is inconclusive? It's right there in the very article he's reading. In fact, if you were to scroll down to conclusion.
He's talking to you, Orthodox Moore.
I'm waiting on Kevin.
Whoever has the paper up. Whoever has the paper up, right there.
I'm waiting for Kevin to answer my question though.
I'm sharing the screen.
Hold on. Okay, yeah. Go ahead and scroll down to conclusion.
Hey, quick question, Berean. Can we please get people to answer? 1 second, Kevin. Can we get people to answer questions? Berean is going to the point that folks not answering questions. Orthodox one question.
I will gladly scroll down once I get my question answered.
Oh, man, come on, Kevin, pull it up because he hijacking the conversation. He don't want to scroll up.
Hijacking. Have the question first, Berean.
All right.
Which J Market is with?
So notice Orthodox Moore does not want to scroll down at the bottom of this article or this paper. He does not want to. You know why? Because most likely the same conclusion that you will see later on is in this article, and he refuses to go down. I'm on the panel like, dude, scroll down. He's instructing you to go down. And Kevin G did answer his question, and Kevin G said, I'll answer the question again. But hold on. He said, let me bring this information out first. Then I'll go back to the question. But Orthodox Moore refuses. Why? Ask yourself why. Why is that? Well, you're about to find out why. Here we go.
Come on to read the thing, bro.
All right, watch this.
This
is why I had him scroll up.
He don't want to scroll because he ain't getting
no. Bring more back. Bring more back.
That's not fair, no, Berean. You got to do this thing fair.
Bring more back.
Answer his question. Kevin G never answered his question. Hold his feet to the fire. You let Orthodox Moore back in and get him to answer the question.
No, Sister E, he's back now. He's back. He's up.
Kevin G.
All right. Apologies to everybody. Hey, Berean, I don't think you should have kicked Moore out, but I'm glad Moore is back. Moore, you there?
I'm 100% here.
All right, cool, bro. All right, excellent.
So which
All right.
J markers do the Limba have that are not Jewish?
Right. So what we're getting at is this paper and what is reporting on. Because here's the thing that we have.
So you're not answering my question, bro. Which J marker?
I am
It's
answering
very
your question,
simple.
bro.
The paper I cited cites 2 J markers.
Right.
Are they the markers
That's
that
right.
are not Jewish, or are they the markers that are Jewish?
Well, let's go and find out the conclusion of your paper. Let's read your paper that you brought up, right?
Does your paper cite? Does the paper
no,
that
I'm using your paper, bro.
This is a specific question, bro. Because does the paper that you're citing cite the specific J markers that are not Jewish?
It does not. It does not cite those, but yours does. Yours do cite those, and I'm going to read that paper. Can we read it?
Go ahead.
All right, very good. Now let's go up to where he was talking about here. Watch this. All right, I'm gonna share my screen, Barine. Just get ready. Here we go.
Notice he is not giving the J markers that are not Jewish amongst the Limba yet.
Right, but you have though. You have from me though, right?
Right. JM17. Right. So
right.
JM172 is not. Hold on, real quick. So the claim on the floor is that JM172 he's saying is not Jewish, and that J12 F2A are not Jewish.
Well, let's look at the paper and see what it says, bro. Let's look at it. I'm gonna zoom in here. Could everybody see that? Could everyone see that? I want to make sure everyone can see that.
So yes,
right. So he says he's going to end my career, right? Watch this.
I don't really like that energy. We're trying to. We say I don't know. I don't know what beef y'all got from different channels and all of this stuff. We just trying to share with the few people that's in here.
I got you, bro. Let me do this. Give me 5 seconds, and I'm just going to take a breather. Everybody, just for 5 seconds. Let's just reset the energy here.
Come on, this ain't yoga class. Read the thing.
Nah, bro. I'm just saying, man. People, okay, let's read this. Screening for the 6 binary markers within haplogroup J in 35 Limba, 24 Remba, and 32 SA Jews. Resolve haplogroup J into 4 sub haplogroups. Haplogroup JP58, right, which is associated with the Cohen model haplotype, was found in the Limba at 57.1 and the SA Jews at 56.3, right? Haplogroup JM267 was found in the Limba at 28.6 and Remba at 16%, and not the SA Jews. Haplogroup JM172 was further resolved into subgroups haplogroups JM410 and Limba 43.5%, and the SA Jews at 37.5%, and JM12 in the Limba at 14.3%, and the Remba at 44.4%, and the SA Jews at 6.3%. So this is them doing a resolution on the haplotypes that exist in the Limba. So in their discussion here, what they're doing is they're analyzing this Cohen model type within those haplogroups that the Limba have, right? As they say here, the Limba have attracted a great deal of media attention according to the following on Y chromosome studies that lend support to their claims of having Jewish ancestry. 7 through 9, I'm sorry, I don't know why I clicked that. Let me go back up. Let's go here. Okay, right here. 7 through 9, given that from the refinement and the resolution of Y chromosomes at both the haplogroup and haplotype level, delineated and extended Cohen model haplotype that was found at a lower frequency than originally defined of the Cohen model haplotype among Jewish priesthood, Cohenim. It had more restricted global distribution. 12, this study sought to revisit the question concerning the origins of non-African Y chromosomes in the Limba, and particularly whether, now keep this in mind, this study sought to revisit the question concerning the origins of non-African Y chromosomes in the Limba, in particular whether the extended Cohen model haplogroup was present in the Limba, and to examine the genetic affinities between the Limba and the Remba. The majority of the Y chromosomes found in the Limba is 73.7%, and the Remba at 79.6% were traced to non-African origins. Haplogroups C, D, O were not found, suggesting that the populations from geographical regions where haplogroups C and D, which is Asians, haplogroup O, Oceanic, are commonly found, did not contribute to the Y chromosomes found in the combined Limba and Remba sample. So what they're trying to do is identify those non-African haplogroups. Haplogroup J was the most common haplogroup designated for the Cohen model haplotype based on the 6 STR system, was found at frequencies of 9.6% in the Limba and 15.9% in SA Jews. but not in the Rimba. When higher resolution of the J in combination with the 12 SR system was used, the extended Cohen model haplotype was only found in one individual, the SA Jewish descent, and not at all in the Limba. This is a revisit of the study. What they did was take prior information, and now they're examining the new information, just like the dude did on his blog about what this is talking about. This finding argues against the claims previously made about possible connections between the Limba and the Kohanim. Okay, let's keep going.
May I comment?
Hold on. Let me keep going here.
Please.
So Hammer et al. Show that while haplogroup JP58 occur among both Jewish and non-Jewish populations, the extended Cohen model haplogroup was restricted only to Jewish groups from across a range of the Jewish diaspora. Furthermore, after using 12 STR marker system to resolve haplogroups associated with the haplogroup JP58Y chromosomes, the extended CMH was found in frequencies of 64.6% among Kohanim, 10.7% amongst Israelites, 12.2% in Ashkenazi Jews with unknown caste, but only found in the Levim or in 209. I'm not sure what they're trying to imply here, but non-Jewish individuals surveyed. Overall, the extended CMH was found at a frequency of 5.3% among Jewish populations. One other closely related haplogroups in the extended CMH reported 12. So something in the back of my head is telling me I don't want to get to this thing about being long-winded. I'm going to have you ask your question or make a comment, Orthodox more, then I'm going to continue. Go ahead.
For the sake of the Most High, did you not just read the Rimba and the Limba share multiple different J haplogroups also with South African Jews? Multiple different at different percentages.
Yes, I did. Now they're examining that.
So again, the question still stands. Which one of these multiple haplogroups that they also share with other Jews is not Jewish?
Well, right. So this is what we're reading, right? This finding argues against the claims made previously about possible connections between the Limba and the Kohanim. So now, what they're doing in this paper, because we brought this paper up, I said to myself, like I always do with Dante's information with everybody else, let me actually look at it carefully to see what it's saying instead of going for this one word or one hit wonder on the word. Like, oh, look what this one paragraph say. I'm like, no, I'm gonna see what the whole paper is talking about, because this whole paper is gonna rock your world.
Now, so
which haplogroup does the paper stipulate that is a J haplogroup that's amongst the Limba that the Jews have that is not Jewish?
We're gonna get to that. I think they already did. I think they already covered. That's just your paper. They talk about J1F2, J1-2F2A. They also have here. What other one did they compare? We just read.
Right, and so that one says that
so these are
also have it.
Right. So it's all the haplotype groups that we listed before. JM172, JM12.
So those are not Jewish haplogroups.
Well, we're getting into the paper. They're examining those so-called Jewish haplogroups among
That's a yes/no question.
What they're finding. What's that? What's your yes/no question?
Is JM172 a Jewish haplogroup? Yes, no.
JM172. I don't know. I'm not gonna go into that because I feel like we're deviating.
So when the paper says it's a Jewish haplogroup, the paper doesn't know what it's talking about.
No. See that this is exactly what I'm talking about right here. We're gonna get into this question. Let's continue to read what this paper is saying.
Does the paper say that JM172?
Hold on. What the paper is gonna do is examining the Limba population, and I don't have. I'm not time to go.
Notice they keep wanting to deflect, and there are people in the chat saying stop the madness. In other words, stop bringing out this information so I keep this lie going.
And notice Orthodox Moore keeps cutting him off and not allowing him to explain. Kevin G said that the paper will explain everything, and it did. Yep. And they refuse. That's why they keep cutting him off. Sister E interjecting. Yahukaron is interjecting. Then now Ortho, whatever you want to call itself, is interjecting. Go ahead, bro.
And notice, as always, they bringing somebody up, stop the madness, Kevin G is a liar, and so on and so on and so on.
So let's keep on. I want you to see what ends up happening here.
Nah, bro, I'm not doing that because every time
in your understanding of the paper, is the paper saying that JM172 is
He's just saying your understanding. That's all. He's just asking in your understanding.
I'm not. That's what I'm saying. I'm not putting that in there. That's what I'm not gonna do. I'm not gonna put my own understanding on this paper. I'm gonna have this paper speak for itself.
For the record, you don't know JM172.
No. I'm not gonna answer that.
I'm asking for your understanding, bro. I'm asking.
No, he don't want to. He don't want to. He don't want to do it
because you know why? Every time people, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Because then don't say not when Dante don't want to answer your question.
No. I'm gonna tell you why.
Wait, hold on. Sister E just asked why. That's a good question. Sister E just asked why don't you want to?
I'm answering that right now. This is why I don't. Hold on. Where my screen go? This is why I don't. Because every time an argument comes up like this, the ad hominem or the thing about your personal knowledge on this and where it's at now. Granted, we do have to have some understanding of DNA. But when I read papers, I let the paper speak. I'm not gonna right on, Nathan. I'm not gonna sit here and do this whole back because then then the discussion goes into, well, Kevin, if you since you did, do you know this? Do you know that? Do you know that? And here's my thing: everybody's not a walking Google, so I'm not gonna get caught up into some type of humanistic thing of what it is I'm able to tell you in the moment, rather than deviating from what the paper's actually gonna say. But let's get into what the paper is saying here. Nathan's right on it. I'm gonna let the paper speak.
Okay, so, do me a favor. We're gonna have to pick this up. I'm gonna slide the airport, pick my people up real quick.
Oh man, bro, can I read this one paragraph then?
Read the one paragraph and
then cool. Thank you. Let's go to conclusion here.
Here we go. Pay attention, y'all.
You told. Let me just hold on. Let me just let them speak.
Let's read this.
Yeah, can you make that big for me?
Yep. Let's is
it big enough? Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Previous.
All right. Cool. Yeah. Watch this. Now I'm gonna read this whole paragraph. This is the conclusion of the whole paper, y'all. Previous Y chromosome data, particularly the presence of the Cohen model haplotype in SA limba, led to claims of genetic links between the Jewish priesthood cohenine and the limba. However, higher resolution genotyping of the haplogroup J chromosome that harbored the Cohen model haplotype led to the delineation of an extended Cohen model haplotype that was found at high frequency among the cohenine and restricted to Jewish groups across the Jewish diaspora. In this study, the extended Cohen model haplotype was only found in a single Jewish individual and not in the limba or the rimba. This finding, together with the lack of matches of haplogroups found in the combined limba and rimba groups of the Jewish populations, suggests that the haplogroup J, Y chromosomes in the limba rimba are not closely associated to Jewish ancestry. Rather, this study suggests a stronger link between Middle Eastern populations, probably the result of trade in Indian Ocean, also the result of the SA limba Zimbabwe rimba originated from the same founding population. Several differences were observed in the comparison of the frequencies of the Y chromosome pools, perhaps the consequence of a drift of human contacts. The groups may have had may have had to follow their split. However, it should be also stressed on the studies of genetic ancestry based on the patterns of DNA to look for similarities or differences. And the present study of Y chromosome haplogroups and haplotypes, that this type of data is in no way aligned with identity testing. Issues of identity are complex, and based on the criteria, it should be not confused with ancestry testing. So that's fine to make that claim because that's true. Maybe you can't really fully test everything in regards to that. But guess what? This paper disproved, just like the blog did, that the limba and the rimba are not even related to Jewish. I dropped my mic.